Episode 2, no more fucking popcorn. Welcome back, you lucky fucks. And we got a fucking treat for you.
Mutant Girl Squad.
Yes,
Today.
yes.
Mutant Girl Squad, my friends.
So we watched this movie tonight, and it is a fucking blast, and we've got a lot to go into, so we're gonna not waste any time. Patrick, tell us about the shit.
Unleash the freaks.
Fuck yeah! I'm a freak.
So this is the premise of the movie. Starts off, Ren is seemingly normal Japanese high school girl, but on her 16th birthday, everything in her life changes when government
Isn't that how it happens?
special forces break into her home.
Special Forces government.
Special forces. Sorry. After witnessing her mother's face blown into bits.
By nose guns.
Yeah, nose guns.
Nose dick guns.
And her father's severed head falling into her birthday cake. I mean, that's going to ruin anybody's day. Ren's dormant mutant abilities are awakened. Her arm transforms into a huge, sharp, knife-encrusted claw.
Knife-encrusted claw.
It's amazing.
Only sold at Walmart.
And a moment later, she finds herself standing in a pool of blood, surrounded by dead soldiers, fleeing and fighting her way through her hometown. She encounters a group of girls who were also born as mutants and call themselves the Huruku. Is that how they pronounce it?
Just go with it.
Alright. A breed of mutants who have existed long before the so-called Japanese invaded their homeland
So-called Japanese.
and began to persecute them.
We should probably stop halfway. This is the longest goddamn
I know.
description in the entire world.
Very
We're basically
detailed.
telling you the entire movie.
It's very
Yeah.
detailed.
Yes, yes.
Which, there's going to be spoilers in this too, by the way.
Yes, many spoilers.
Oh,
they're
thank
they're
you.
in the fucking description.
Yeah, right now. Did you want me to continue?
Yeah,
Oh,
read the
okay.
whole motherfucking thing.
Does it
girls-
really give away the entire...
I mean, it's...
I don't think so. I quit reading it halfway through because I was like, I don't want to know everything.
The girls have different special abilities. One can transform her arms into swords.
Sword
One
arms.
can grow tentacles from her fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
One can grow a chainsaw out of her body.
Now, keep in
Now-
mind, all of these girls are available on Tinder. Every single one of them.
Now, this chainsaw out of her body is out of her ass.
Yeah,
It's an
let's be
asshole
clear.
chainsaw.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
misleading.
It's misleading. Of all the things they
It's
decided to put on the
sanitized.
back of
Yeah,
this, they didn't
it's-
decide to include it
Ain't-
comes out of
yeah.
her fucking ass.
Asshole, yeah.
That's what it needs to be. The team hone their skills under the demented and powerful leader, Kisaragi, for one purpose, to take revenge on the Japanese who have been persecuting their breed for ages, and to take over Japan and transform it into a land for mutants only. The revenge of the mutant girls will soon begin.
Damn right it will. And it fucking did.
It did.
All right. So we've got our main character of Reen. She, once again, as you already know, basically the whole fucking thing, she's turning 16. She's like, my fucking hand hurts. Like the whole beginning of the movie. It's like, my fucking hand hurts. She's getting bullied at school. People are picking on her. A whole group of fucking assholes are just really mean to this girl. She goes home and starts telling her parents, oh, my fucking hand hurts. And I would like to talk about this scene for a minute, if you guys would.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
her parents are looking at her, and they're just like, they do one of these numbers. It's like, my hand hurts, and I'm mom, and he's dad.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah, that awkward stare.
and then they come back like, and you're just kind of left in a moment of, what the fuck is going on? You have something to say about it?
I mean, it's really just setting you up for the later on. She gets bullied at school. She comes back, birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Dad tells her that she's a mutant by... I almost, it's one of those things you don't want to give away too many things. But this is one of those moments is like when it really hooks you at the very beginning. Dad takes off his shirt and he's got like weird... Like, I would call them meat flowers. Meat flowers coming out of his chest here, and then he's got one on his crotch.
And they were alive too. They were like
yeah,
talking.
They're going.
Yes.
They're going like.
and he talked to them. All
Yeah.
right, so just in case you're wondering, like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? You're hearing everything completely correct. This girl's at her birthday party. It's just her and her mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking party. They have the cake, and her dad decides to lay upon her, hey, I know you're going through some changes, and fuck, so did I. And he exposes his nipples. And
The pants were already unzipped.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
weird.
it looks like it's about to go into an extremely incestual, rapey kind of thing. But it doesn't. He just wanted to show her his extremely
straight up
fucked up
says-
nipples and dick.
He straight up says, "That's not my pecker."
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
"Hey,
That is a
that's
good
not my
point.
pecker."
That's not my pecker.
Just to be clear.
and the effects on this, just so you guys can get a visual, this is not CGI. This is like they're taking tropes from like 80s horror movies and stuff like that from that era. It's all cosmetics and stuff, and it looks really cool. If you like that kind of cheesy
definitely.
sort of factor, it looks fucking awesome. But yeah, so we've got that scene, and she is freaking the fuck out. 'Cause she's like, why is dad showing me these things, you know? And then the mom comes over, and she's trying to calm her down, basically. And then all of a sudden, fucking
Head explodes.
head explodes. We are like 10 minutes into the movie at this point, and there has already been... I did try to count at the beginning. I think there were like 6 head splitting
splits.
and in fucking 10 minutes.
Because back at the beginning of the movie was like, what, 3 months?
Yeah, it's
In
like
present time,
starts
someone
off
went
later.
back
Yeah.
into that. Yeah.
Yeah, all that to say, this is nonstop. You do not have a chance to fucking breathe, and you're gonna find out more about why.
I couldn't take notes because I was so enthralled by this movie.
When I was trying to write and watch the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't fucking keep up. This is so much nonstop shit, which is a good thing. It's a fucking good thing. It's hardly something to complain about. Nathan, I do know you're a little bit more educated on the directors and stuff. Do you want to go
Yeah.
ahead and dive into that?
Yeah, well, the cool things about it, so this is actually 3 separate directors. And the main one that we all know and love is Yoshihiro Nishimura, who did Tokyo Gore Police, which is, right here. And this is the movie that got us into this kind of, what do you call it, Japanese splatter gore kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so he did this movie with 3 other directors. The other one is Noboru Iguchi, who, from what I could find, he did a few movies, but he's most known for actually doing porn. Japan.
Okay.
Some incest porn, notably, is what was mentioned in the...
I have to say, like, there's some directors that I've came across, and I can't remember their names offhand. You can tell sometimes, like, oh, it doesn't surprise me these people got into porn. This guy, though, I didn't really see it. I did not think this was sexually sleazy. We've watched some
Oh, not at all.
seriously
Did he
sexually
do the-
sleazy shit, and
Did he do the second part? Do you know?
So, yeah, I can tell you, let's see. So we had Noboru Iguchi, Yoshihiro Nishimura, and Tak Sakaguchi, who was also in the movie.
Yeah.
And I had that on here. Let me see real quick.
while he's looking that up,
Yeah.
just to kind of explain what we're talking about, this movie is broken down into 3 chapters, and I'm assuming that one director was assigned to each chapter. It's not an anthology film. It's not like they're all. It's all the
Yeah,
same
it's just 3
movie.
different
Yeah.
acts.
It's just 3 different acts,
Yes.
and it comes up with an actual chapter screen after each chapter ends.
So yeah, in the extras, they talk about like each one wanted to basically direct a certain kind of scene, like a kind of. They had that narrative flow that they wanted to do, and it's cool that they were able to turn it into a single movie.
Sure.
So the first part was done by, let's see, Sakaguchi did the first. So he's the one that was also in the movie as who ends up being the villain.
Yeah.
So
Great
he did the
performance,
first
by
part.
the way.
Yeah,
That
he's
guy
really
was-
funny.
I was saying to them throughout the film, not to hop around a lot. We're going to talk about this one through its entirety, but his performance to me, it was character to me throughout most of it. I was like, this dude's kind of boring to be like the head guy, but he definitely has an awesome fucking turnaround at the end of this movie that is extremely amazing. I loved the madness that he took on. Like, it was incredible.
So yeah, so Noboru Iguchi did the second part, and then Nishimura did the third part.
Okay.
So that's how that broke down. And also Nishimura, he's the main effects guy. He's the guy that does those natural effects. So
Okay.
all the bodies being split down the middle with the blood squirting everywhere, that's his stuff. And he's done a lot of these other movies. He hasn't directed, but he has done the effects for.
Okay.
So he's done effects for the other movies that these guys have done. A lot of those. Yeah.
And definitely to interject there on a second, just so that everyone can kind of know, this is not before watching Tokyo Gore Police and before watching Mutant Girl Squad, my idea when someone said, oh, a bunch of blood and guts, it was like on this level. I'm like, oh, okay, a bunch of blood and guts, super gore. This is fucking tenfold amplified. I think it was you, Nathan, that was saying whenever we were watching Tokyo Gore Police, it is, if you could imagine like the amount of gore that you do get in the animation, like the animated style that you get in a lot of anime, it is very much like that. I mean, we were talking, literally it looks like they have fucking hoses just spraying blood every fucking where. A lot.
And it's just the way they, punching through heads.
Yes.
Punching through a chest and then grabbing the heart and crushing it.
I loved that.
And
part.
the one that really, that to me like really got me, I was like, oh god, was when the girl that was Rin's like in her high school that had bullied her, she had known, and she's like, they end up meeting her later. She's begging for her life, and Rin can't kill her, so the other girl, Ray, comes in and is just like, fuck you, and basically like cuts her face down this way, cuts it in half this way, and then cuts it this way, and then like her face is basically falling apart, and then she just says like "mommy."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And like her, you could like she doesn't even really have a mouth anymore. It's like "mommy." And it's just like brutal.
So to get in some of those aspects, so no one's confused on this. Okay, so the birthday party, she finds out her dad is that weird kind of way. She is learning that she herself has what they call in the movie a treasure. Okay, so she ends up getting affiliated with these other group of girls who have these same treasures. Just everyone is unique to their own.
Is this whole thing like just a corollary to their like vaginas and their
that's
women?
Exactly what I thought. As soon as I heard it, you got a special treasure.
It's like you're 16, you're a woman now, you have this power.
Yeah.
Now
so you
take
guys are
over.
taking on like the feminists?
Take over the patriarchy. Yeah, it does feel that way.
Considers himself a woman.
He became a woman. He was rejected.
And the whole army is women.
Is that
keep up with this?
Is this a woman power movie?
Yeah, keep
Sorry.
up with this. We'll get there. No. There is so much shit to talk about with this movie. You are going to hear us go all over the place, but I promise we're going to keep it together. Okay, so Reen, she's a mutant. She's learning about her abilities. She's in a camp with all these other girls. She's learning how to use her powers. There's a face mask kind of a deal that's clamped onto her head, and it will not open up until she learns how to basically control her power, understands the importance of it. And during this time, you're looking at you're learning about all these other characters and their special abilities. Just because of how interesting it is, and I know that probably no words that we can use are going to describe this as good as it is. These are some very, very special
girls
and unique treasures that they have.
They're mutants.
I mean, it is fucking funny, and it is unique in such an applaudable, fun way. Like, a general audience is not going to watch this movie and be like, oh, that's fucking awesome. They're going to be like, this is stupid because they don't get it. But if you're into this kind of shit, if you're into weirder movies, B-horror, just extreme films, then you're going to get a kick at it. So, yeah, I would like to talk about some of those treasures that these girls had, because we were all, Nathan was the only one that had seen this before we had.
Went into it blind.
I did not watch a trailer. I didn't look up a fucking poster. I didn't look at anything. So when this scene comes around and all these girls are training, and it's showing their treasures.
By the way, these are all very cute Japanese girls. Most of these girls are actually idols. They're either in actual J-pop bands, or they're what they call gravure models, which is basically, it's like just short of nudity. It's like
Really?
bathing suits. And they do like photo books and shit like that. It's very popular over there, actually, to be like as close to nudity as you can get without going over the line.
So tasteful.
Yeah, tasteful.
And they're all in
Relatable.
bands?
Some of them are in bed, some of them aren't. I can't recall which is which,
Okay.
but yeah, there's a mix of those three, and then the other ones too. Some of the other ones in the movie, they're basically all idols in one way or another.
Well, the music on this, like you were pointing out, it is really good. I mean, it's extremely just catchy, poppy, rock kind of music. Yeah. It is really good. So I'm wondering if maybe that was some of their bands. Maybe they contributed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be.
But yes, so one in particular that I was especially blown away by, even beyond asshole chainsaw girl. This girl had this hat on, and it had two little arms.
Oh yeah.
Coming out of her head, and we're all like, "What the actual fuck could her special power, her treasure, actually be?" Which turns out to be pretty awesome. We'll explain that later. What else have we got?
The one that has the brother attached to her.
The head. The head of her dead brother. She's just carrying around. What's some other ones? I don't want to go because there's a lot.
On the
I mean, my favorite is
the tummy face,
the tit sword,
tit sword,
tit swords. Yeah, the two each
plate
has
swords. All right, so instead of going, because there's a few of these girls, so instead of going through them all, it's a fucking awesome scene. It's really cool. The visual effects in that are amazing, and it sets this movie apart. I feel like once you get to that point, that's when it really started to. I was like, okay. I felt like I really started to understand what kind of movie I was getting into when that came up.
Well, that's what I wanted to. One of the things I wanted to point out when we talk about this is that this was made to be intentionally funny.
Sure.
It's not like some of these we've watched from the 80s where they're trying to do a serious movie, but the director is just a crazy person.
Yeah.
And doesn't, like Samurai Cop is a good example of that. Somebody that thinks they're doing a serious movie, but they're just out of their mind.
Yes.
Like where is the Tommy Wiseau? Yeah. Like they're not like these guys. They know what they're doing. They want to make a funny, crazy thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't work. Like people try to do intentionally bad
movies, and they're just awful.
Yeah, and that's where the real treasure lies. We are huge fans of those movies. Speaking on that, if you guys are curious at all as to the direction, because this is clearly apples and fucking oranges to the last one we did with John Wick. Well, it's going to kind of be all over the place. We both, or all of us, own a lot of movies in this genre, and we're going to talk about all of those with you guys. We're going to continue to do new ones. But anyway, back to the actual film. So they're at the camp. They're learning all their. She's learning how to use her abilities, how to use her treasure. She eventually does when faced up with another main character, and her name was Ray. They're kind of in a battle between one another, and the helmet comes off. So she has learned how to use her abilities at this point. She is free to basically fully be a part of this mutant girl squad. And from there, I feel like I'm talking too much if someone wants to...
No, you're good. What happens after that?
Well, I don't really want to give away the whole plot of the movie. I definitely want people to watch it for themselves, watch it with us, because we release that video. They go on to... there's a lot of battles nonstop, basically.
Yes.
I just like the fact that they... Like I was saying a minute ago, like they're intentionally making it funny, but they're mixing in the gore and stuff that really it brings it all together. Because one of these movies made by some of the same people is Robo Geisha, and I've only seen that out of us, but it is like it has the humor, but it leaves out the gore, and it doesn't really hit the same way.
Yeah.
it's like it pulls back and then it doesn't really, it loses its vision. So the way the mix they have of the gore, the blood, the splatter, and the intentional humor is what really, to me, makes it. And another cool thing I want to point out is the general in this movie is really funny, and he's actually in, I got to remember his name, he's in a show I really like, a Japanese TV show called Samurai Gourmet.
Okay.
He plays this old man that just runs around. He's retired and he wants to, like, his wife is always busy. He doesn't have anything to do, so he just decides to go out eating by himself. Mm-hmm. And he goes to these different restaurants and they have real chefs make food, but then there's a plot, and he's just like a really funny actor.
So was that like the nod to his character then in that one scene?
It might have been, yeah, because they said they did that on the fly. His name is Naoto Takenaka.
Okay.
And he was a really funny character, and there's just that weird scene where he's dying, and then he sees some
food just
some
right behind him.
Katsu, some pork, some basically pork katsu, and he's like trying to eat it, and then he gets killed.
So this character, once again, I'm sticking with your thing. I don't want to spoil everything, but just so we can stay on pace. The general, he basically shows a video to all these other military people saying, hey, this is what's going on our streets with these, what they refer to them as?
Barbarians?
Barbarians. And basically saying we need to kill them all. And while that's happening, the Mutant Girl Squad is saying we need to attack all the humans so that we can take our planet back. It alluded to me that, like, they had been here before people.
He did say that.
He did. Yeah, okay. So that's where we're at right now with the actual story of it. And Reen, our main character, she doesn't agree with wanting to just slaughter normal people. She just doesn't agree with it. So her and the character of Ray end up.
Oh, and Yoshie. We forgot Yoshie.
Yeah. Well, I didn't forget Yoshie.
Yoshie is the cutest.
Yoshie nurse.
Yeah,
cosplay nurse, and her character is fucking awesome. Very unique as far as all of them are unique, but hers is, she's the one, she has the tentacle arms, the snout kind of thing that grows out of her. There's a couple of scenes where you get to see her kind of lure guys in, and then, right at the moment, let's show them the moment. Let's show them. Don't be weird. Let's show them the moment. So they're kind of doing.
Oh God, no!
And then all of a sudden, right before the magic. God, he's so weird.
Why are you being so weird about it, Patrick?
I can't grow a snout out from my mouth.
So she sucks people's
insides
and entire beings out through their mouths, and
a bunch of food comes out.
Yeah.
Sure.
She also kisses a guy and his head explodes.
Yeah.
And his brain flies out the back of his head.
That's right. Let's try that
with the stem.
I'm sorry, Patrick. He just told me he loved me earlier, and it's weird. But yeah.
With that.
All right, back to the fucking movie. Goddamn. So we're up to date, or we're up to speed on the plot. We got the general. He's like, "Fucking kill them all" and shit. And then that death scene. We were talking about that. How does he die again? There are so many fucking deaths in this movie. I couldn't really keep track. The general, yeah.
Oh, he was the one that got cut up.
He just gets sliced up by
and then had the food.
Kusaragi.
That's right. Yes. And then has the food. Okay.
He's eating his katsu, and then he accidentally spits blood into it, and then he says,
"That's right.
There's blood in my katsu," and then he dies.
The other one died like doing hentai rape from what's her name again?
Hentai.
Yeah, because she had the tentacles.
Yoshie. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
That's right. Yeah.
She did tentacle rape some guys.
Out the mouth. Typical hentai porn.
But she was so positive and cute when she did it.
Just dancing around.
Just like so happy.
Yeah, I love those scenes where she's like, "Yay!" Literally. I mean, dancing around. Arms flippity flopping. Yeah. It was great. I loved that. So after all of that, we're basically towards the end at this point, right?
Yeah, the last chapter.
Yeah, the last chapter of the movie. That's who wants to take it from there?
It's a huge battle scene with what's his name? man that became a woman.
Yeah, it's just we don't they go back and Rin and Yoshi and Ray all decide no, we're not going to kill all the humans, and they go fight their former boss, and he becomes a giant monster. And they
really
fight.
fucking cool monster.
That's basically
epic fight scene for all of them.
Yeah,
definitely.
He had boobies.
Yes,
on either side of his head that spit out acidic milk.
Yes. Arm swords. I guess he had like.
We haven't talked
huge
about
blades.
the belly. We haven't talked about the belly sword.
Oh, the belly sword, yeah.
AKA belly dick.
Penis. Couldn't get it hard.
He can't keep it erect.
That one scene was weird, though. He had like 3 dudes tied up, and he's like...
It was funny.
Look in amazement at my belly sword.
Human sacrifices to something. This is one part of the movie that I was confused on. He was referring to them as sacrifices to some sort of god.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't catch
it was the big thing that was right there behind him.
That was it?
That was the god, yeah.
Oh,
which
okay.
he then
I didn't pick up on that.
Which he then melded with and became the big monster.
Oh.
So and it showed the part where he's slicing up the prime minister, and the prime minister's blood is like splashing all over the god, and then that's when the brain comes up.
Oh, okay.
So he gave it enough blood. He kept saying it needs blood. He gave it enough blood to where it was able to raise from.
Yeah. I understand now. I did not pick up on that. At first, I was just so confused on all the fucking chaos that was happening. Were you gonna say something?
There was one thing. They didn't really go into any backstory with this other mutant that would cut itself and shoot fire out. There was like no backstory to that. I thought.
You see a character laying on like what looks like an operating table,
like
kind
a
of
grill,
a deal.
Because there's flames coming up all around it.
Yeah, and she's cutting her wrists open, and her treasure is fire coming out of her cuts. You are right. That's a very empty character.
Yeah.
It's just kind of what the fuck was that about?
Who was she?
I have no idea. Are
I
you
thought
asking me? Because I just
thought
told you I
it was a
didn't
dude
know.
She was just another mutant girl with very small tits.
Yeah. But she did have that awesome fucking, when Ace Ventura did that shit with
the
his
hair.
hair.
Yeah,
the hair.
definitely the hair.
Yeah, did have that. I think we need to show people a clip. This is one we selected to entice you to watch this movie. So a little preamble at the beginning when Ren is freaking out. She's running through town killing people.
Just lost her father and mother.
Yeah, she's killing everybody because the townspeople attacked her because they said she was a barbarian. And there is 2 people making bread. Before this, it shows them making bread. And the woman's like, I love bread so much. I want to, when I die, I want to come back as French bread. And who is her husband says, oh, that's just so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then this happens. Do we have the volume already?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
right.
already
all right.
unmuted.
I'm going to lean back.
Enjoy it.
It's already unmuted.
It is?
Okay. Yeah.
Enjoy this shit, guys.
Oh, yeah. Turn that on.
She is pissed. We'll say this part. He's still using her as a defense weapon.
She's
at this point.
now he's attacking.
Yeah, she's a weapon that is getting shut down.
I think he really wanted her dead. Because why would you keep doing that and then realize my wife is a French bread?
There it is. All right. So.
All right. And there is
big old meat. She hacked her up into a meatloaf.
Oh my God.
A big loaf of French bread made of meat.
And trust me, that doesn't even scratch the surface of how fucking insane this movie is. But hopefully that's a little taste to entice you to watch this. I strongly, strongly urge people to watch more movies, go out of your comfort zone, do things that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
There is a world full of fucking cinema that I don't want to say no one's talking about because there's going to be some dickhead on there that's going to be like,
Find stuff you don't
actually,
see
People,
on
you
TV.
have no idea what's
Yeah.
out there.
there's
You don't
some-
know.
Yes,
There's
there's some great fucking stuff. We started this kind of tradition. I mean, we're going on a couple of years now, if not even more. Monday nights, we get together, we educate ourselves, we learn about new movies, and trust me, I mean, we were starting off with just basically pretty typically cliche things, and we have ended up so far down the rabbit hole in a way different direction than I ever expected us to go, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And we really want to share all of this stuff with you guys in hopes that you will be intrigued enough to check out these movies, watch them on your own, come up with your own ideas on them, share that shit with people. It's so fucking cool. If someone would have told me 10 years ago, oh, there's a movie, you know, with all the, I never would have fucking believed it. I wasn't into that shit at that time, you know? So I'm sorry, I just wanted to take a second to explain that really stop just clicking on every fucking big thing that comes your way. Watch all the underground shit, look for it, find out about directors, spread that stuff around, have fun with it. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, that's it on that.
No, that's what I feel this is about. We just want to share the awesome movies we love with people. Hope they check them out too, and like them as much as we do.
Would you guys like to talk a little bit about Tokyo Gore Police, or is that for a different review?
I think we need it. That deserves its own.
Okay.
It deserves
the only
its own
reason I was
video.
asking is because that is what led us to this.
Right, yeah. Tokyo Gore Police is up there with this movie. This movie it leans into the comedy more. Tokyo Gore Police definitely has a more dark feeling to a lot of it,
gore,
more
too.
depressing kind of feeling to a lot of it. But I think that needs its own special episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Cool. Oh, yeah. Be sure to like this video.
Yes.
Like,
Subscribe and share it. Let us know what you thought of it after you watch the movie. That'd be sweet, too.
Yes, please. Actually, we are, Nathan and Patrick, they're a part of a podcast, Verbal Assault. Check that out if you didn't know. This is totally new and fresh to me, so we are kind of learning as we go. This is a new process for all of us, the movie review thing. We're totally down with hearing your all's comments, remarks. Hey, this sucks. Hey, this doesn't suck. Whatever. We're welcome to it. Just talk to us about shit. Talk to us about fucking movies. Tell us how much you love them or hate them. And we're going to keep doing this. It's a lot of fun.
So yeah, obviously this movie gets my highest recommendation.
Okay.
People need to watch it.
So you're on the star set. You like the star system.
I don't know, stars. I still know
Stars,
we need to
bars,
figure out
who gives a shit?
figure out our system. I just
right.
give it a recommend. My highest, yeah.
Here's your all's first challenge. What should our rating system be?
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Good, right?
Yeah.
Should be metric.
The
Should be imperial.
Imperial.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right. So you give it
Thumbs?
the highest
Should
regard.
be thumbs. Yeah. I mean, for completely different reasons than John Wick, but it also gets my highest regard.
All right.
Yeah.
Patrick.
I can't think of anything what it could be. You can do penises, vaginas, planets, directors.
5 penises
Yeah.
and 5 vaginas.
Yeah, or both. I don't know.
Well, what's your?
I definitely recommend this movie, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, like when I brought my notebook to prepare to take notes, but I couldn't just because I was so involved in the movie. It was that good. So definitely watch it for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm the same as you guys. The only flaw that I did have with it, and this is a personal thing, is there was so fucking much going on. Once again, to say it, you didn't really have a lot of time to breathe. Some of the violence started to run together. It's like when you first see the scenes and you see how violent and bloody they are, you're like, oh my god. After a while, though, that simple thing kind of starts losing its edge. I do think that they counteracted that really well, though, with continuously adding more crazy shit. But my only complaint on it, like I said, is just some of the stuff sort of started running together for me. But overall, aside from Tokyo Gore Police, I have never seen another movie like this. And in that regard, I have to absolutely give it 2 thumbs or 5
Yeah.
dicks or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you are most certainly not going to be bored at all. So, yeah, I highly recommend it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Is this the end of it? How do we close we need to figure out how to close shit down. How do we fucking stop?
Just
It's like,
Yeah.
guys, there's no more popcorn.
No more
No
goddamn popcorn.
Guess we're done.
Yep.
I guess we're done.
Yeah, we actually have to. We're gonna make some photos and do some fun little special effects stuff to jazz up our channel. So look forward to that next time.
Sweet.
Mutant Girl Squad.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Give it a 6-hand salute.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! God damn! Oh, there's honey on the biscuits.